So when it comes to anime genre, slice of life is probably my second favorite type of anime, right after action series. So there were a good number of slice of life series to come out, and some of these might actually stretch the definition of slice of life actually. So let's get into these series and why I classify them as slice of life series. Starting off, we have the staple of cute girls doing cute things anime, with a place farther than the universe. In this case, it's cute girls signing out to Antarctica. And while that's an odd subject matter, here it really actually works. While the premise is odd, the overall plot is more of a character narrative, following each of the girls and asking the question, why are they headed to Antarctica? In one case it's to find their mother, in one case it's to do it just to do it and prove that they can do it, stuff like that. And, well, it's beautifully animated onto these really deep character narratives that are surprisingly deeper than one would expect. And yeah, it's a really cute series following these really cute girls doing this cute thing of heading to Antarctica, which is, the standard cute girls doing cute things anime thing. But it's really well done and sets itself apart from the other types of its genre just by that. Which, let's be honest, this is a really oversaturated market, but it really works well. Unfortunately, it's not my favorite cute girls doing cute things anime this year because it has a few contenders to that throne. Speaking of contenders to the throne of best cute girls doing cute things anime of the year, we have URI Camp. And no, despite the title being pronounced that way, it's not what you think. Yeah, this is another cute girls doing cute things anime with the primarily female cast, so maybe the title does mean what I think. But this one's a more straightforward example of its type. It's cute girls enjoying camping. And that's it. This seems like an odd choice for me considering my propensity for action anime and things with bizarre premises, but something with this straightforward a premise honestly works for me. There's this type of anime that's typically called healing anime, and a more weeb title there exists for it, but I don't really remember that. Basically, it's a nice, calming anime that you sit back and watch after a long, hard day, and for me, URI Camp was, in fact, that anime for me. This was a very pleasant, relaxing, very comfy, for lack of a better word, anime to watch. So after a long, hard day, sit back and watch URI Camp. It's a cute little anime about girls that enjoy camping in the winter, and it's very comfy and cute. And that's really all I ask of shows like this. It's really not much to explain here, it's just really cute. And this is probably one of the most adorable anime of the year. I mean, this is really damn adorable as fuck. So this one kind of stretches the definition of slice of life, and the first of many to come in that variety. While it had a lot, and I mean a lot, of elements of the supernatural mystery genre, and literally it's very comparable to Monogatari if you're familiar with that franchise. With our main character Sakata basically trying his hardest to save each ARC girl from their mysterious adolescence syndrome cases. I mean, literally one case has a girl slowly becoming invisible and erasing herself from everyone's mind. Another one has one girl becoming two girls. Another one deals with a girl trapped in a time loop. Seriously, how is this not being more compared to Monogatari at points? Anyway, despite these odd supernatural situations, I still define it as a slice of life series. Let me try to explain myself. Similar to Monogatari, yes, I'm using that comparison on purpose, in these cases of the supernatural are oftentimes overly exaggerated examples of something girls are dealing with. The invisible girl wants to be less noticed because of her celebrity, and as such becomes invisible and has issues. The split girl has trouble dealing with people in two different types, and so splits into two to deal with it. Girl stuck in the time loop has issues dealing with someone confessing to her, and as such constantly replays the idea in her mind. These are just exaggerated examples of various cases that teenagers go through during daily life as a teenager in high school. So when you think about it like that, these supernatural phenomena are really just overly exaggerated cases of a slice of life. And that sounds weird to say. And Sakata serves the example of the main character helping these various girls out of their situations and curing her adolescent syndrome cases. In that case, it's a slice of life that has a little bit of weird to it. And, well, Rocky has a little bit more weirdness in our slice of life, don't we? Oh boy, now it's time to explain why Gegege no Kitaro's a slice of life series, at least in its first half there in 2018. This one's a major stretch. I mean, even by my definition, this barely qualifies, and it's high up on the list. Oh, mid on the list. Oh, I have to explain this. How do I explain this? Okay, hear me out here. The plots, again, at least in the first half of this series, before we get into the later parts that become more action-based, are stories of yokai accidentally involving themselves with humans in the modern age and causing chaos as a result. Yes, there's fighting to calm the current yokai threat down, but aside from that, we're learning about how these ancient yokai have adapted to this modern world, such as the kappas getting involved in business, or certain yokai losing control of themselves because the modern world has forgotten them, or because they feel threatened by the modern age. But we also get to see some yokai turn their lives around in order to bring back what's something they loved from the past in this modern age, using the modern age to help them. So yeah, while there is chaos and fighting, it's often a story about the old ways meeting the new ways and forming a middle ground at points. Again, at least in this first half of the story. So again, similar to Bunny Girl Senpai, this is a rather odd example, but the slice of life elements, again in the first half of the series, are rather strong, so I place it here. Second half isn't over yet, but I'm assuming that it probably won't be a slice of lifey anymore after the freaking Western yokai showed up. Oh boy, another series that I have to explain myself about with Dragon Pilot. Alright, let's continue me explaining odd decisions. So, basic premise of this one, the JDSF, or Japanese Self-Defense Force, man, I spelled the acronym wrong, has a division dealing with the protection, raising, and the keeping secret of dragons. These dragons disguise themselves as various aircraft, mostly planes and jets, in order to stay hidden and can only be ridden by female pilots who cannot fall in love or else face rejection by their various dragons. So while this is an odd choice considering this deals with, the dragon thing, and as well as later on in the plot a supernatural ritual, it's very much a slice of life in the way it deals with character relationships. The relationship between each girl and their dragon, the relationship between the girls and each other, the relationship between the girls and men that they eventually start developing interest in, despite the fact they really shouldn't be doing that because in their job description not to. They don't know about that. Oh boy. So, while this is an odd choice, I do consider it, considering it does follow that slice of life formula. The standard people trying to find their way, in this case our main heroine trying to find her way through life and falling onto the dragon pilot thing. And while this is a bit of a stretch, I do feel it's honestly, out of the three series I just talked about, the most fitting for a slice of life series. So yeah, Dragon Pilot's a slice of life, despite the literal dragon in the room. So finally, I'm going to talk about a series that is actually defined as a slice of life, even if the other ones were technically defined as slice of lives. And this series is about two stepsisters who fall in love with each other and struggle with their relationship and teenage hormones. Yeah, it's citrus. Honestly, this is a funny, enjoyable little series about a blossoming lesbian romance, and the awkwardness that results because of the lesbian romance being between two stepsisters. The questioning of, can two sisters fall in love? Should they stay sisters? Should they become lovers? How close can they be? Stuff like that. And while I do want to eventually talk about the series a bit more in depth, possibly maybe someday when I actually get time on my hands, which is unlikely, for now, all I can do is really recommend this one for anyone who likes romantic anime and wants to peek at it. So yeah, please watch Citrus. It deserves to be loved more. Also read the manga if you can, because the manga's actually over. So that concludes my favorite slice of life anime of 2018. I know there are a few series that were very high demand and didn't make it on the list. For example, Love is Hard for an Otaku, but I didn't actually watch that series. I saw clips of it, but I never actually watched it. But these are the 6 series that made the list for me personally, so there you go. This is very subjective and very personal. Speaking of subjective and personal, let's talk about things that make me laugh next time as we go over the best comedy series of 2018.